Okay.
Hello, I'm Joette from the Bowdabra Design Team tonight, doing our last show of the year for 2023. And unfortunately, Sandy's under the weather tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and do it myself. The show must go on. So I'm going to be showing you some basic bow making if you got a Bowdabra for Christmas. So I'm going to start out, I'm going to show you something with the mini Bowdabra first, because you want to be trending ahead of the fashion this year. Well, bows are going to be very fashionable. So let's get your bow fashion stepped up a notch or two. So I'm going to cut a little length of Bowdabra bow wire. I'm going to fold it in half and place it down in the mini Bowdabra. And I'm using some Bowdabra ribbon from a Bowdabra, I think it's a hair ribbon or hair bow kit. And I don't know what this is called, but it's a navy and it has some ruffled edges. It's really beautiful. It's a knotted ribbon. I'm going to cut some dovetails in it on each end and make a tail for our first piece. And as you're coming in, please comment where you're watching from, and you will be entered in to win a chance for a roll of Bowdabra scrunchie ribbon. And it comes in silver, red, and gold, and this is what it looks like. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. It's been a long day for me, but it's been a merry one. So thank you for taking time and joining us tonight. And if you're watching replay, comment replay and let us know how your Christmas was today. So I've placed my tails in my mini, and I've got about, let's see, 26 inches of strip of this. That was a 10-inch tail. I'm going to fold it in half. I'm sure you can see it. It's hard to see the mini when I do it. I fold it in half, find the center, and scrunch it. Place it down in the Bowdabra, and I'm going to do 2 loops with this one strip. And again, be sure to comment where you're watching from. Let us know, and that enters you in a chance to win a roll of Bowdabra scrunchie ribbon. Also, if you're not a member of our Bowdabra fan gallery,
Yeah,
go over there and
you're
join.
just so you know, Joette, you're freezing up a little bit.
Oh man. Okay.
Just you're okay,
Oh,
but I just wanted to let you know.
okay. Okay. Hi, Sandy. Sandy's here, but she's not feeling well, so we're going to cover this for her. But I've put 2 loops, one on each side. I've got this in my mini Bowdabra, 2 loops on each side. Just you got your opportunity to straighten them up and make them even now. Let's scrunch that down with the wand. And then I have this, we're going to tie it off with that after we use our bow wire. So I've folded it in half and I've created a slip knot. So I'm going to pull the loose ends through the loop, pull it tight while it's still down in the mini, remove it, keep pulling it tight, take the wires to the back and tie them in a nice tight knot. And this piece I cut to tie to wrap around it is polka dots, and it's a little bit longer than you would need, but it's about 10 inches as well. So I'm going to take it, I've split my wires, one on each side of the bow in the back. I'm going to bring this around. You could fold it in half and make it smaller if you wanted to, or use a smaller ribbon, but this is what I picked tonight to go with it. And just pull it tight in a knot. Yeah, it would look better. Fold it in half, so I'm going to scrunch it in a little bit. Tie that in a knot now, and I'll trim off the excess ends. Get it nice and tight. Our ribbon scissors here. Cut that off. And now you want to fluff it up just a little bit. Pull those tails down. Fan out your loops. And then you can tie this onto a ponytail holder. You can tie it onto a clip, whatever you want. And you have this adorable hair bow. And get a good look at that. There you go. It's so simple to make. And hello, Heart. Heart's with us tonight as well. So that's our first bow. And next I'm gonna show you how to wrap. Well, it can be a hostess gift or something for a New Year's Eve party. Now you'll probably use a different type of bottle, but I'm using a water bottle, and it's pretty much going to have effect. And I'm using what we're going to be giving away tonight, a roll of whatever scrunchie ribbon. So I'm going to take a sheet of it, and it depends on the size of your bottle, how much you're going to need. So I'm going to crisscross it, but I want to make sure to get it tall enough to have a little bit of a poof at the top. I've got it. So I'm going to cut that off and then cut the same length for the other side because it is going to wrap it. Now you could use cellophane or something too, but this is just way more festive if you're going to a New Year's Eve party or something. Everybody's going to be wondering what in the world is in there. I mean, they're going to kind of have an idea, but it's going to be different. So I'm going to crisscross. They need to get a piece of Bowdabra bow wire ready. I would normally be using silver, but I didn't think to get it out. So I've just got a small piece, folded it in half so I can make a slip knot. And now I'm going to I'll just do it like this. Take one piece, pull it straight up in the center. I'm going to hold it like that. And I'm going to take the other piece, do the same thing. And it makes this really cool looking package. So that's what I have. Now I'm going to take this Bowdabra bow wire cut. I'm going to feed my loose ends through the loop I made. And that's going to secure it. So I'm going to pull it tight and then tie it. Tie it in a bow so they can get it off easy because they want to reuse this ribbon. So I'm not going to be giving my water bottle away, but it's just an example to show you what you can do. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to set it aside. And you can use your mini or your large for this project, whatever's handy for you. I need another length of Bowdabra bow wire. And I'm going to fold it in half, like we always do, and place it down in the large Bowdabra this time. As you're coming in, comment where you're watching from, and we will enter that will enter you in a chance to win a roll of this Bowdabra scrunchie ribbon. I've already used that for something, but I saved it, so I'm going to use it again because it's still going to work over and over. So I'm going to just take it and fold the ends under and scrunch it straight down really fast. It's loud too when you get to the end, fold it under again. And I like to push mine down on the edges. I've got some more, you can leave it like that, but you want to make it more decorative. I've got a piece of tulle. It's silver tulle, and I like to always roll in what I'm using, scrunchy style, so nothing frays. And same on each end, curl it under a couple of times. Put that there, fold it down. And then I'm going to add a little sprig of berries that came off a bush. And then to top it off, I've got a little piece, like 10 inches of twinkle ribbon. And again, I'm folding the ends under a little bit. It's wired. It's going to have a really cool shape when I'm done. Just scrunch this in straight down on top of the berries to hide the stem. I'm going to curl that in under and there, flatten it out. That's only like a 1.5 inch piece of ribbon, and it does a lot of coverage. And it makes the cutest little center when you're done. So I'm going to take my wire, pull it tight, walk through Bowdabra, remove it. Remove that out of your way. And I'm going to take the wires to the back side. Again, tie it up nice and tight. So it doesn't come apart. And this may not even need much fluffing. I'm going to go ahead and just tape it up just a little bit. You've got this beautiful bow, almost like a flower. It's really pretty. A pom-pom flower, all kinds of things you could describe it as. But there's that. And then you just want to take your bottle around the top where you've tied um, your ribbon off for your wrapping. I'm going to just tie it in a bow as well. But again, if you're doing this and giving it as a gift, and if it's somebody that likes to save your pretty ribbons and stuff, you want to tie it in shoe bows. And then there you have this beautiful festive gift that can go around a wine bottle or a water bottle. I'm going to set that aside. And Christmas Day, I've got something else to unwrap when I get ready to drink my water again. Okay, next we're going to make seems like it was last week somebody asked about a 4-inch ribbon bow. So Sandy's not here, and that's what she had planned on making for y'all tonight. So that lady asked would be able to see how we use 4-inch wide ribbon. You can use it all kinds of ways. I'm going to make a butterfly shaped bow with it tonight with a button loop center. So again, I'm taking a length of Bowdabra bow wire, folding it in half, and placing it down in the Bowdabra. I've already cut some tails and cut dovetails in it, about 18 inches. I'm going to fold them in half and scrunch them down into my Bowdabra right in the center. I'm going to take, this is about 1.5 yards. This is a 4-inch wide burlap. I believe we have it on Bowdabra.com. I know it matches what I'm wearing. Maybe I should make a giant hair bow. I'm just kidding. So what I'm doing, I'm going to take it and fold it in half. You can do this different ways. You can do the fold and twist version, or you can do, you know what, I'll do fold and twist for you. So I'm going to take this in and scrunch it down. I'm going to leave about a 1-inch overhang. It's neat because you can do it both ways when you're making bows. You can do the where you fold it in half and just build off each loop, each tail, or you can do it like this. So I fold it with the pretty side underneath, and then I twist it and bring the pretty side to the top. So that brings me to the other side. And this is basic. This is a basic bow. So I want my loops, bottom 2 loops to be the same. So I'm going to twist and fold. Now I want to make sure those loops are the same size. So right now I'm going to put the Bowdabra bow wand in where I can bring these 2 loops up and measure to make sure they're the same, and they are. I'm going to remove that. And now I'm going to go in about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches, twist and fold. Bring that where I want it. And the same here, I've got the ugly side showing. I want the shiny side to show, so I'm going to twist, fold, and then I've got this little piece left. And this is I'm going to scrunch it real quick because that's a thick ribbon. Then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to bring the end over to the other side. And normally it's a little bit bigger, but that's okay. It worked. It went over. So you have that one about a half overhang. I'm going to take my whatever bow through the, pull it tight, remove it, keep pulling it tight. So when you fluff it, nothing falls apart. You get all the slack out. Even here's a trick. I hope I'm not frozen. Here's a trick where you pull and you pull on it while you're trying to tie it in a knot, and it does make it tighter. Gets a little more slack out. Tie it in a knot, and then fluff it out. Open that button loop up. Sandy, am I frozen?
You're okay now, but you were frozen a minute ago.
Sandy?
You're okay now.
I think I'm frozen.
Okay, everybody hang on. Joette's going to come back on in a second. She's frozen, but we're going to keep the feed running, so she should be back in just a minute. So I hope everybody had a really Merry Christmas, and we want to thank you guys so much for watching and for tuning in and sharing your Christmas with us. So just give Joette like another minute. She'll be right back. So thank you, everybody. And here we go.
Well, I'm
Okay, are you?
sorry. I don't know if I froze up or not. Did I, Sandy?
Yeah, you did, but you're good
Where
now.
did it leave off?
No,
Okay,
you're
I was
fine.
making this bow. Okay, I was worried about that. Well, I made this beautiful bow, and it's a butterfly bow, and it's got the 4-inch, I used the 4-inch wide ribbon, and it's real easy to shape out, and you can use that for a lot of things as well. And you can make a bigger, rounder one as well. That's just the amount of ribbon I had cut to use. Okay, next we're going to be making, I think we're going to do it if we're going to dress up for New Year's Eve or want to up our bow fashion game for this new trend coming in, all the bow fashion. We're going to make a shoe bow. We're going to make one, but we're going to pretend, we already have the other shoe done. So So I'm going to take a little length of whatever bow wire, folding it in half, and I'm placing it down in my mini. Step out of the way so you can see everything. And what I'm doing now is that tool we just used for the bottle wrap. Um, you don't have to use something this wide. It may not be, but yeah, well, we're going to make it anyway. So fold those ends underneath in the center, place it in the center, and just scrunch it in real good. That's about 10 inches of tool I'm using, a glitter tool. I'll lay it flat once I get it in there. And then I'm going to take, I've got this gleam ribbon. I believe we could have this on Bowdabra.com as well. It's about 12 inches. I'm folding it under so the frayed ends don't show. And you could remove the wire out of your ribbon if you wanted. So I'm going to scrunch this in. This is all scrunchy bow. Again, if you're joining us and you have not commented where you're watching from, that will enter you in a chance to win a roll of our Bowdabra scrunchy ribbon tonight on this Christmas day. Scrunch that in. I push that top layer forward. I flip it flat. And then I have this, I believe we have this on Bowdabra.com. It's a roll of this, the giant roll of this, I think it's bling mesh ribbon. I'm not sure, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I've got 8 inches of that cut. We may need to cut it in half, but fold it in half on the center, and you want to scrunch it in your Bowdabra upside down. And I'm going to take, it's going to work, take it over to the other side and make a loop. Do the same with the other side. I'm going to put my bow wand in so I can make sure those are actually even. Whatever, just a little bit. Now, you don't have to make it this wide. We could have cut that tool in half, but it'll show up better. Let's see, we had a piece, here it is. It's a 10-inch piece of our Bowdabra twinkle ribbon. I'm folding the ends underneath and out of the way. Not out of the way, but where they don't fray. And it's 1 inch, 1.5 inches wide. So I'm going to scrunch it in, and it makes this cute little center. Now you could put a little flower in the center. You could put a little bead. You could do a lot of things. I'm using this because it really does look like a beautiful sparkly flower. So I'm going to fold that under because I'm at the end, push it down, and I'm going to scrunch it. This is going to be a big bow, but again, you could trim it in half. It doesn't have to be that big. And I should be using silver or whatever bow wire, but I'm not. So we're going to pretend it's silver if it even shows. Pull it tight, remove it, flip it over. Let's just move all this out of the way. So let's see what we're going to do. I'm going to find the back where you want the bow wire to stay on the same track as where you started. Always keep it on track. Tied in a knot. I'll be double or triple. And then you have this beautiful little bow, and you just fluff it up a little bit, get it flat, and pull up that little center so the wire doesn't show. Pull the tool outwards. Yeah, a lot of that doesn't show, but it adds the extra sparkle what does show. So it does still have a purpose, even though it doesn't show. Now you can take some alligator clips like this, and you can tie them to it, glue them to it, and then you have a beautiful hair clip. You could clip it onto your outfit. You could, what we're going to do is put it on a shoe. I'm just going to tie this on for now. You'd want to hot glue it too, or E6000 it, just to give it a little extra security. So you're not like Cinderella losing a shoe bow at the end of the night when it strikes midnight. So we're going to put it on our shoe. I don't know where you would put it on a shoe like this, but it actually adds, it really takes the shoe, your bow fashion adds to your shoe fashion in just a few minutes. So
Can you
we've
point
got,
that towards the camera so we can see?
here we go.
It's really
I
pretty.
was getting, yes, it's not right, the perfect shoe to do that with, but you can always make that a lot smaller, but it really makes a statement. All right, so we're transitioning in from Christmas to winter, and sometimes it's just you want to leave some decoration up. It's so plain after you take down your Christmas decorations. So if you still want to use some of your greenery and you have some poinsettias, I'm going to use my large. You still have some poinsettias that aren't not traditional colors for your not red and green. We're using non-traditional colors. You can leave them out through the winter. So I've got this denim one with frost on it. So I'm going to use that, and we're going to make a lantern bow. So I've got a piece of pine that you can use through the winter. So I'm going to place it down in my Bowdabra. I've got this Bowdabra snowflake ribbon. I think it's 23, 24 inches. I've already cut a length of it, and I've already dovetailed it. I'm going to place it down in my large Bowdabra. You know what? I'm going to make one side longer than the other. So next I'm going to take my poinsettia, and you don't have to cut the stems off if you don't want to. This one's kind of decorative, so I'm just going to roll it up, make a little curlicue out of it. And I usually use a pencil. This pen's slippery. It just makes a little pigtail. Kind of pull it out a little bit and place that down in my Bowdabra. Make that little curlicue stick out so it's going to actually show. Then I'm going to try to take it. I think one, this is about 2 yards of the snowflake ribbon. And again, we're going to do our twist and fold that we just did. I'm going to turn it this way so hopefully you can see me making the bow. And this is a 1.5 inch wide ribbon. So I'm going to take it and scrunch it where there's about a 1/2 inch overhang. So I'm going to place it down in the Bowdabra. We don't want this bow too large. We want it to be pretty and full. So I'm going to make about 3-inch loops, twist. You couldn't see that twist because I was backwards. We'll do it over here. Fold, twist. Now I'm going to use my wand. Again, this is a basic way to make a bow. Pull that just a little bit and got my loops even. All right, that's the bottom of it. You can make this separately and then tie it to the swag, but why? I mean, you can save a step of work by putting it all together if you have something smaller like this. So I'm gonna fold it into the size of the loop I want, twist it, and scrunch it down in the Bowdabra. Now I'm going in about a 1/2 inch from the original loop. Again, I'm twist, adjust it, fold it. I want these two loops to be the same size. Twist. Yep, they're the same. All right, I'm going to fold it and twist it and adjust it to make sure those loops are the same size or similar. And now I'm getting close to the end, so I'm going to make smaller loops. We're going to go in about 1 inch or so. There's twist and fold, twist and fold, and then I have this little piece left, so I'm just going to fold it straight in with the 1/2 inch overhang. And I want to scrunch it down and use my Bowdabra bow wire. Get the loose ends to the looped end. Pull it real tight and remove it. And now I can adjust where I want my poinsettia too, because I don't have it completely tight where I can't move it around yet. So I'm going to separate those ends, bring them to the back, and I'm going to tie it in a knot. Sandy, how are we doing on time?
About 5 minutes more.
Oh, okay. Have we
We haven't picked a winner
anybody
yet.
commented? Has anybody commented where they're watching from? Because that's going to enter them in a
Yep.
chance to win that ribbon. Okay. We've got We've got our little button loop there, our two smaller loops. Just separate these two that are alike and then fluff the larger loops. Bring your flower around. You can bend and shape it because it may need to be moved around, and then fluff it up. And then you take something like, there's some stuff, I don't want anything to fall. take a lantern. You could put this on a wreath. You could put it, use it for a swag of, there's lots of things you can do with this. Put it on a gift. But this is all about winter decor. So you would take it and just you can use it as a lantern swag. That that was
And
kind of neat. Oh, I didn't have the
our winner of the scrunchy ribbon is Connie J. McGrew watching from Ohio.
congratulations, Connie. Go ahead and message us on Bowdabra Messenger on Facebook and let us know what color you'd like, red, silver, or gold, and we'll need your shipping address. So I can't see this. I'm gonna have to turn it around. But you can tie it onto your lantern, fluff it up again a little bit, pull your tails down, and you just have something that simple to sit around so everything's not so plain after taking your Christmas decor down. And you can change that out seasonally, that easy, and just have decor all the time that you made that looks like you spent a lot of money on. So there's that. We made the lantern swag. We made a shoe bow or a hair bow. You want to step your little bow fashion up for something fancy. And I don't know, this got cut off, but we made this butterfly bow out of 4-inch wide ribbon. And we made this beautiful little hair bow. And
Inspiration.
we wrapped a bottle. And that's what we did. And this is the last show of 2023. We'll see you next year, 2024. Everybody have a happy new year. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye, y'all.